Hey everyone, it's Jessica here with Phoenix Fitness and Recovery, and today I'm going to be walking you through a very foundational practice. This is a really great practice for beginners, but if you've been practicing Pilates for a long time and you know how to add on and make your exercises a little bit more challenging and a little bit more challenging, where you know how to take that up a next step, this is a really great workout for you as well. Because you can just add on. You don't need to wait for me to cue those things. You kind of already have those instincts. You know you've got that really strong mind-body connection, and you know how to take things up through ab prep. You know how to extend your legs. You know how to listen to your imprint and all the things. And if I'm saying things that you don't really know what I'm saying, perfect. You're going to learn a lot about it as you move through this exercise today and these exercises. So if you know that you like heavier springs or lighter springs for specific things, then go ahead and take those options as well. But I am going to give you a very foundational practice, as I would if a client were coming into my studio. Very foundation spring settings, nothing too heavy, nothing too light, unless they were to have an injury or something like that. So if you do have an injury, make sure you're listening to that. Take what you need. Your body will tell you if you're doing too much or too little. So to start your practice today, go ahead and set your springs, 2 heavies and 1 medium. Now you can change this to whatever you need, but 2 heavy and 1 medium is exactly how I would start somebody that is new to Pilates, or maybe coming in for some different reason in their body, but new to Pilates, 2 heavy and 1 medium. To go ahead and get started, we're going to actually work on your tuck and roll. So to lower down onto your reformer, it's really important that you don't stress out your neck. As you get further into your practice, you can do things like teaser. You can work on your core a little bit more to lower down. But what I see often is that people are straining their neck to get down onto their reformer. So I just call this the little tuck and roll. You're going to lower down to your shoulder. Your core already turns on, obliques already turn on, but your neck stays really, really in alignment with your spine. So you're going to roll over onto your back, bring your head to your headrest, hands next to hips, roll your shoulders down into your carriage. Bring the pads of your feet down to your foot bar. Before you get started too, if you have a mirror where you can see that your knees are over your hips, they're not over your belly button, that means they're way too far. So knees over hips, anything going on with your knees, you can start too. Maybe your carriage would look like this, where your knees would be behind the hip area, and that's okay too, as long as you're listening to your knees there. Relax your heels. Bring your hands to your sides. Notice right side, left side, they have the same amount of space on your carriage. Try and ground your shoulders into your carriage. Make sure your shoulder blades, your mid-back is on. Take a deep breath in through your nostrils. Exhale, blow your breath out. Start to knit your ribs together. Core is strong. Deep breath in through your nostrils. Exhale, press evenly through the pads of your feet. Extend your carriage away from your foot bar. Slowly return your carriage back down to your stopper. But imagine you're fighting your springs to come back. So I want you to keep glutes and hamstrings on as you press out and come back down. You're going to notice quads join the party, glutes, hamstrings, pelvic floor, and core. Still continue to press your shoulders down into your carriage so your mid-back is active. Your Pilates breath. It's really important for any of your practices. Like you're blowing your birthday candles out. And what I love about the Pilates breath too is that it helps to remind you to activate your core. So if you just forget, it's really easy to forget what should be working. You can use this breath to knit your ribs together. Last one, press out, lower a quarter of the way back and start little pulses, little pulses. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press your carriage all the way out, lower halfway down, start pulsing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press your carriage all the way out. Slowly return your carriage. Continue to fight your springs on the way back down. Bring your heels together, toes apart. This is your Pilates V. Take a deep breath. Squeeze your heels. Exhale to press. Inhale, slowly return. I want you to notice your inner thighs. All the way back. Touch your stopper. Exhale, press. Squeeze your heels together. Inhale to return. As you're moving in and out, can you notice the change between this footwork from your previous footwork? Just the shift in muscles, just slightly, just by bringing your heels together, toes apart. Keep squeezing. Shoulders rolled down and back, and just work through your body. Start at the top. As you're continuing to move through, taking an inventory of your body, noticing the muscles that are engaged. If something should be working but it's not, it's okay. Just keep trying to connect your mind to that area in your body. But I want you to notice your neutral spine. Neutral spine, you've got a slight space between your low back and your carriage. It's just your natural curve with your low back. So for some reason your anatomy is a little bit different, and I want you to change or force anything to change. Beautiful. Come all the way back down. Slow and controlled. Bring your feet back parallel. Lift your heels into your high half toe, or a lot of times a nice Barbie foot. Deep breath. Exhale. Press your carriage all the way out and drop your heels below your foot bar. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Deep breath in. Exhale, bend your right knee. Keep your left leg straight. Deep breath in. Exhale, switch to the opposite side. Deep breath in. Exhale, switch back to your first side, and then start to pedal your heels one at a time. Be very mindful. Are you trying to jam into your knees, into your patellas? Are you hypermobile? If you are, make sure you're being really mindful. You're probably not going to extend the full way. Again, still taking an inventory. And then you have the option. Do you want to pick up your pace a little bit? Just like you're out for a nice slow jog. Imagine this is how good it would feel as you're running down the sidewalk or wherever you like to run. No concrete slamming into your joints. Nice stretch through your calf muscles. Here we go. Option. Do you want to pick up your pace a little bit faster? Still being mindful that you are not overextending through your knees. You're being very gentle. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, lift both heels up, hold, drop both heels below your foot bar, and lift both heels back up. Drop your heels below and lift. Drop it below, squeeze your calf muscles, lift it up. Drop below and lift. Start to bend your knees. As you lower down, keep your heels lifted all the way down. Soften and touch your stopper to the bottom. Bring your heels to your foot bar. Let's go wide with your heels here. So heels are nice and wide. And then we're going to take an internal rotation. So knees are now touching. Toes are pointing into one another. Take a deep breath in. Dig into your heels. Squeeze your glutes. Press your carriage out. Slowly start to bend your knees to come back down. I want you to notice the outside of your hip sockets, because this is where you're taking your internal rotation from. You're not stressing out your ankles. You can feel on the outside of the hip. So again, you've shifted just slightly through your footwork, and you notice a different area that we're targeting in your body. Neutral spine. You can even take your hand and bring it underneath your low back. Core is still on. It's really important that you have a really strong foundation practice before you get into anything intermediate or advanced. Even if you are at a different level of that intermediate to advanced, reconnecting to your foundation principles, it's a really beautiful place to come back to. Keep your shoulders rolled down and back. So I'm cueing your exhale on your exertion here. This is when it's a little bit more challenging. And then inhale when it's a little easier. So your breath is going to change throughout your practice. You really want to, again, make that mind-body connection so you can bring your best breath to your practice, because your exhale and inhale will truly help support your movements. Slowly return and come all the way back down. Beautiful. Bring your knees into your chest, roll your ankles, wiggle your toes, deep breath in, exhale it out. Slowly return, bring your heels back to your foot bar in alignment with your hips. So I'm going to cue keeping these springs set. So this is a heavier spring setting for your bridge series, but this is exactly where I'd start with a nice foundational practice. So if you want to lighten your spring load for bridge, you are more than welcome to do so, but today I'm keeping it heavy. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, dig into your heels, let your hamstrings start to fire up, lightly lift your hips. You're going to notice your hamstrings the whole way up as you lift your hips and hold. Continue to roll your shoulders down into your carriage. Eyes can look up to the ceiling. As you're here, try and pull your heels into your butt cheeks. There's where your hamstrings are at, just a little bit deeper. If your carriage is moving a lot, you need to either add a spring or really focus on hamstrings. So the back of the body working really hard, still core focused. Deep breath. Exhale, soften your hips all the way back down. Light landing to your carriage. Deep breath in, that's your first hinge bridge. Exhale, dig into your heels, rise up. Lift your hips and hold. Now, if you can't see your knees, just through your gaze, if you were to lower your eyes towards your knees, if you can't see them, your hips are way too high. Deep breath. Exhale out. Deep breath. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale, soften. Come all the way back down. Light landing at the bottom. Don't let your carriage move. That's the challenge. Deep breath in. Exhale. Rise up. Hinge your hips. Hold at the top. Here we go. We're going to add on. Deep breath. Exhale. Start to lower back down, but think about just below your shoulder blades. This could be at your bra line. As you lower down, think one vertebra at a time. Slowly articulate your spine. You're going to hold all the way down. Notice you don't have any space between your low back and your carriage. That's your imprint. And then slowly untuck your pelvis to your neutral spine again. Deep breath in. Exhale, hinge your hips, come all the way up, hold at the top, slowly articulate. To come into articulation, you've actually scooped your pelvis forward. You might not even realize it, but that's how you're going to start, right below your shoulder blades, all the way back. Slow and controlled, slow and controlled. Feel your low back press down into your carriage. Hold your scooped pelvis, low abs working really hard, and untuck all the way to the bottom. Here we go. Now we're going to add on deep breath. Exhale, start to eliminate the space between your low back and your carriage. You're scooping your pelvis forward, or for your pelvic rock. Inhale to neutral spine. Exhale, scoop your pelvis forward into your pelvic rock. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, scoop, eliminate your space between your low back and your carriage. Inhale, neutral. So if you find that your knees are moving a lot, This is actually you isolating through your pelvis. So I want you to think about your core muscles. So your belly button down to your pubic bone, they are working really hard here to make this movement happen. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, scoop and hold. Slowly start to articulate your spine off of your carriage for articulation bridge. This is the full articulation bridge. Hold at the top. Keep pulling your heels to butt cheeks. Pause once you've articulated your spine all the way off of your carriage. Deep breath in. Exhale, slowly articulate your spine one vertebra at a time to come back. Slow and controlled, especially at the bottom. Can you hold your scooped pelvis all the way down until you untuck to your neutral spine? Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Inhale, sweep your fingertips up like you want to touch the clouds, but make sure that you're not jamming into your shoulder blocks. If you are, slowly scooch away from your shoulder blocks. You have a neutral spine, deep breath. Exhale out. Inhale, I want you to reach your fingertips even taller, and then you notice your shoulder blades are trying to lift away from your carriage. Now slowly bring your shoulders back down into your carriage and press. Inhale, reach back up to the clouds. Exhale, press shoulder area back down. Inhale, start to reach. So again, we're isolating through your mid-back. Exhale to return, press. Inhale, start to reach. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press. Nice job. Slowly release your hands next to your hips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Slowly take a few windshield wipers side to side. Try and release through your core, release through your low back. And then come all the way back up. Very beautiful. Bring your right hand to your left shoulder block. So this is, again, your tuck and roll, safely coming off of your carriage. Roll up to your seated position. We're going to explore core and mid-back, and to do so, I want you to add or remove one heavy spring. So you've got one heavy, one medium, and we're going to take your tuck and roll all the way back. So one of the reasons it's so important to protect your neck as you get on and off of your reformer is that you do it often throughout your practice. So you always want to make sure safety first, that you're not causing more problems as you move through your Pilates practice. So when you're ready, take a deep breath in, sweep your hands behind your ears. You're going to find just a very light connection here. They're just touching. With your exhale, pull your right knee into tabletop, left knee into tabletop, hold, keep your pelvis scooped, take a deep breath. Exhale, peel your head, neck, and shoulders up, look at your belly button. Inhale, slowly control all the way back down. Exhale, ab prep, look to your belly button. Inhale, slowly come back down. Keep holding your imprint. Exhale, ab prep. Inhale to return. Exhale, ab prep. Inhale to return. Exhale, ab prep. Inhale to return. Can you find a place where you notice that your shoulder blades are starting to peel off of your carriage? You're just coming so deep into your ab prep. Hopefully your core is starting to shake a little bit. Exhale. Inhale to return. Continue. You've got this. Last two. Exhale, ab prep. Last one. Extend your hands right next to your hips. Hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, release. Bring everything back down. Bring the bottoms of your feet to touch. Let your knees go wide to your butterfly. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, come all the way back up. You're going to rebuild into your starting position. Deep breath. Exhale, right knee to tabletop, left knee to tabletop. Hold with your imprint. Take a deep breath. Exhale it out. Inhale, hinge at your right hip. Do not drop your right foot. Only hinge from your right hip. Exhale, pull your right knee back into your starting position. Inhale, hinge at your left hip. Only your hip. Exhale, pull it back up. Single leg toe tap. When you're on your reformer, you're not actually tapping anything. It's a very deceiving name. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. You notice on your left side as you come back up, that's your exertion. That's when you exhale. Inhale, it's a little easier. Hold your imprint. Exhale, lift. As you're moving through single leg toe tap, I want you to notice your imprint. So if you can't hold your imprint, try not to go as far with your single leg toe tap. Keep your shoulders rolled down into your carriage. Your core is dictating how far you can go here. So if you're losing your imprint, you're going too far, your core isn't ready, and that's okay. You just need to take less range. Last one on the right. Last one on the left. Pull your knees into your chest. Give them a huge hug. Deep breath. Exhale out. Inhale, start to rebuild. Exhale, scoop your pelvis to imprint. Now, bring your legs together. That was single leg. We're only going to do 4 here, but I want you to notice the difference with taking it up the next level. Take a deep breath. Exhale it out. Hold your imprint. It's very important here. Inhale, start to lower both feet over your foot bar. Exhale, you're going to come back up when you notice your imprint. You cannot. You've gone a little too far. Inhale, start to lower. Hold your imprint. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. When you are ready, exhale, pull it back up. You've got 2 more. Take it at your pace. Slow and controlled. You're going to build a little bit more. Pull your knees to your chest. Give them a big hug, a gentle rock side to side. Reset your spine. Inhale, start to rebuild. Exhale, extend your legs up, feet over hips. Make sure nothing's over belly button or chest. So you're creating a letter L with your body here. Take a deep breath in. Start to lower your right leg toward your foot bar. You might tap it, you might not. Exhale, lift it back up. Inhale, hold your imprint, lower your left leg. Exhale, lift it back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Here we go. Do you want to pick up your pace a little bit faster? So you might notice that you're alternating versus waiting for one leg to return back up to the top. Now, notice how easy it is to get your core to shake a little bit more. In Pilates, it's very core focused. It's full body focused, but your core controls everything. So we're going to focus here on this beautiful core work. Almost there. Last one on the right. Last one on the left. Bring them both back up. Bend your knees and pull into your chest. Deep breath. Exhale out. Deep breath. Exhale it out. So even though I'm saying foundational elements as we're moving through your practice, that doesn't mean easy. It just means learning these really beautiful basic principles that will take you very far in your Pilates practice. So one of the reasons that we set the springs to 1 red and 1 blue is because we're going to get right back into your we're going to get into your mid-back series. They're going to come into hands in short straps. Hands will come directly over your shoulders. Now, if you're jamming into your shoulder blocks, just wiggle away. I don't want any tension at the top. Take a deep breath. Exhale, right knee tabletop, left knee to tabletop. Hold. Deep breath in. Exhale, press your palms all the way down next to your hips. Slowly fight your springs as you come back up. Exhale, press down. Squeeze. Inhale, slowly come all the way back. As you hold your imprint, legs in this tabletop position, you want to be able to see your toes. So imagine somebody were to put a tray of food on your shins, and you could hold this tray of food the whole time. If your imprint starts to get really tired, which means your core might be getting fatigued, especially as you start your Pilates practice, it just happens. You can always cross one ankle over the other. It's a really great option. You can start to lower your heels towards your glutes, but still hold your imprint. If you really need to, you can start to bring your knees in, but I don't want you to pinch through your hips. So I'd really love for you to keep your knees over your hips. But I want to make sure that you always protect your low back as well. Especially if you're starting Pilates because your chiropractor or massage therapist has recommended, or PT has recommended it to strengthen your low back. You don't want to do any more damage. Exhale to press. Hold. Bend at your elbows. Option here. Let's add ab prep as you straighten your arms long. Inhale, bend, and return your ab prep. Exhale, press your hands down to your carriage. Inhale, bend only at your elbows. Arms are now making a 90-degree angle. You've got lots of 90-degree angles in your body right now. Inhale to return. Almost there, last two. Inhale, return. Exhale, last one. Inhale, sweep your hands back up over your shoulders. Return your feet back down to your foot bar. Return your carriage back to the stopper. Open your arms out to a T. Take a few windshield wipers side to side. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Deep breath. Exhale out. And then return it. Come all the way back up to the top. Reach your hands over your shoulders. Exhale, pull your knees into tabletop. Scoop your pelvis. Deep breath. Exhale, press your palms all the way down next to your hips. Hold. Flip your palms into your hips. Deep breath in. Start to open your arms out to a T shape. Exhale, squeeze into the bottom of your armpits. Bring your hands back to your hips. Inhale, open your arms out to a T. Exhale, squeeze, come all the way back. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. So even though we're working your mid-back series here, your core is still on, right? You're holding your imprint, protecting your low back. You can always add on if you know that you like to do legs extended out to 45. If you want to add your gesture leg, you're always welcome to do those things. It's one of the beauties of a foundational practice is that you can add on and make something a little bit more challenging or a little easier. And that's going to go with any practice that you take. Last one, hold it in. Inhale, sweep your hands back up to the sky. Pause here, you're in your starting position. Take a deep breath. Exhale, press your palms down to your hips. Inhale, open your arms out to a T and sweep them back up to the sky so they're over your shoulders again. Exhale, press your hands down next to your hips. Inhale, open and sweep back up to the sky. Exhale, press down. Inhale, open and return up. Exhale, press. Inhale, open and return to the top. Here we go. This time, inhale, open out to a T. Exhale, press your hands to your hips and sweep back up to the sky. You've reversed your arm circles and you only have two more left. Two more movements for your mid-back series. Last one. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, come all the way back. Return your feet to your foot bar. Arms out to a T. Bring the bottoms of your feet to touch. Let your knees go wide. Find your butterfly. Take a deep breath. Exhale it out. Inhale, come all the way back. Knees back in. Hands back in. Hang your long straps behind you or drop your straps off to the sides. Reach your right hand to your left shoulder block. You're going to roll to your left side and rise up into your seated position. Still working through your springs here. If you did have to drop your straps, go ahead and bring them nice and close because we are going to be using them again. If you do have a short box or long box, it's a really awesome prop to have to use on your carriage. It can just help you relax through your hips. So if you have that tool and you'd like to add it, you're welcome to do so. I'm going to keep this as basic as I can with no props today. That's very rare. I love using props. But you can do lots of things without all the props too. So if you have your short box, long box, go ahead and add it. Otherwise, We're going to change your spring to one heavy. So one red on this reformer or one heavy spring on your own reformer. And then you're going to come, you can do a crisscross position on your reformer. You can do legs through your headrest. You can cross one leg over the other. You can also take maybe bent knees if you'd like that option as well. And I'm going to cue you to choke up on your straps here. So choking up on your straps, just come up above the loops, hands. I like to cue the hands to that seamed part. And then reach your arms long. It looks like they're creating a letter V right now. Core is nice and strong. Take a deep breath. Exhale, sweep your hands back behind you. Pause and slowly fight your springs as you return. Exhale, sweep it back. Inhale, slowly return. Exhale, sweep back. Inhale to return. Now, if you found that this spring, this is too much, you could do one medium, one light. You could do one medium. This is truly where you have to explore your practice, especially if you're using Pilates. Maybe your physical therapist has recommended Pilates to heal and recover from surgery or an injury. This is beautiful. I have a lot of clients that come in for that. It's really wonderful, but you need to make sure you're listening to your body and setting the correct springs, especially if it's one side versus the other. You're not going to have the same springs there yet, but eventually you will. Slowly return, come all the way back, and then extend. So I want you to reach and hinge from your hips. Come into a very gentle seated forward fold. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Deep breath. Exhale out. Inhale, come all the way back up. Tall seated position. Hands into your short straps. You want to make sure, bring your hand behind you, and you should have a handprint spacing between your tailbone and the back of your carriage, and that's what I have, just about that. Hands into your short straps. Flip your palms to face up towards the sky. Take a deep breath. Exhale, start to pull your hands towards your shoulders for your bicep curl. Inhale, slowly return. So if you lightened your springs on the last round, you might want to increase your springs here for your bicep curl. We're going to add some core, a little more core. Your core should be on as it is right now to help your posture. But we're going to go a little deeper this next round. Straighten your arms nice and strong. Take a deep breath. Exhale, tilt your pelvis and scoop it forward for your pelvic rock. Inhale to neutral spine. Exhale, pelvic rock. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, pelvic rock. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, pelvic rock. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, pelvic rock, hold. Deep breath in. Exhale, start to round your back just a little bit further as you start to roll back. Deep inhale. Exhale, pull your hands to your shoulders. Continue to hold your scooped pelvis. Inhale to lengthen your arms very, very long. Exhale, pull your hands towards your shoulders. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, lengthen. Continue. As you take your bicep curl, you know what to do. You've already been here, but make sure that you can feel your scoop through your pelvis. Last two. Last one. Inhale, straighten your arms. Exhale, slowly roll back up and over. So imagine there's a beach ball and it's sitting on your lap. Why don't you try and roll over it? And then once your carriage comes back to the stopper, hinge into your seated forward fold. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Deep inhale. Exhale out. Inhale, come all the way back up to your tall seated position. You also have the option, I'm going to take a seat facing to you. You can do crisscross, you can do legs dangle. One of my favorites is actually kneeling here. I would not teach that in a beginner foundational class, so I'm not going to teach that here. We're going to teach it just so you can sit and you can focus on this upper body strength into your shoulders. So go ahead and change your spring to one medium spring, or on this reformer, one blue spring. So when you're ready, I'm going to go ahead and keep your long strap into your right hand. This might be your left hand if you're opposite me. So your hand that's furthest away from your strap actually has the strap. Shoulders should be in the same alignment, hips in the same alignment. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, start to bring your elbow out to the side. I want you to feel through the bottom of your armpit getting into your lat. Inhale, slowly return your carriage back. Exhale, bring your elbow out. Inhale to return. Exhale, pull it out. Last two. Inhale to return. Exhale, last one. Inhale to return. Keeping your hand connected to your strap, I want you to start with an open book. So arm, right arm or left is in a 90-degree angle. Now I want you to bring your hand towards your belly button to close your book. Exhale, open your book. Inhale, close your book. Be very mindful here. You might want a lighter spring. You might go down to a light spring or a yellow spring. Exhale, open. Inhale, close. Last one. Exhale, open. Inhale, close. Bring your strap into your opposite hand, still using your long strap. We're going to cactus your arms. Cactus your arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Press down through the bottom of your armpit. Core is on. Ribs are knit together. Deep breath. Exhale. Start to hug just above and slowly return. Hug just above and slowly return. Hug above. Bring your fingertips towards one another. They do not need to touch. Inhale to return. You're only doing 4. So you notice with that smaller repetition, you didn't need a whole lot to get into those areas. So I kept the reps nice and small on a lighter spring setting, and you might need to even go a little bit lighter than that. So we're going to switch. You can hang your strap up or keep it in your hand, whatever feels really, really good. Again, you can do this kneeling. It's one of my favorite options. You get a little bit more glute and a lower abdominal work as you kneel, but I would never teach that in a foundation class, so I'm not going to today. But of course, if your practice is ready for that, go for it. You can come back and sit against your shoulder blocks. You can also sit further away from your shoulder blocks to make it a little bit more challenging. So just keep that in mind. So we're going to start out with a medium spring for your practice today. Medium spring, I promise it will build. Take a deep breath, palms facing out in front of you. As you exhale, sweep your hands forward. Slowly fight your springs to come back. Exhale, sweep forward. Inhale to return. I know it feels light. Maybe you can lift your arms a little higher without deactivating your core and without adding that, almost like you're jamming into something at the top. You've gone so fast that you have a little slack at the top and then it jams into your joints. Get rid of it. Slow it down. Here we go. Reach forward, pause. Slowly bend your elbows. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring your fingertips towards one another. You're going to hug a tree. Inhale, open your elbows, squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhale, bring your fingertips towards one another, hug. Squeeze your pectorals. So you're shifting back side of your body, squeeze. Front side, squeeze as you hug. Inhale, open and squeeze your backside. Exhale, hug and squeeze to the front, especially through your armpit area. We're working through your lats, working through your pectorals. Almost there. Last one for your hug a tree today. Inhale to open and then come all the way back down. And stay on your medium spring. You're going to face away. I'll guide you through the whole time. Grab your long strap into your hand that's further away from your strap. And it's cutting across your body. So your hand is cutting across. Take a deep breath. Exhale, pull your elbow out towards your foot bar. Inhale to return. Now, if you notice you're using a lot of wrist, your wrist shouldn't be changing in any way. It's nice and long, just like your arm. It's just that extension. Last two. Last one. Here we go. Bring your elbow back next to your rib cage and open your book. You've been here. Your wrist should not change. Close your book. Bring your hand towards your belly button and open your book. Close your book. Open your book. Last two. Last one. And slowly start to return. You're going to switch your long strap into your opposite hand. Cactus your arm. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Deep breath. Exhale. Maybe your fingertips touch above you and maybe not. Keep your ribs knit together. You're still thinking about your core. Not a big movement. Last two. Getting into your beautiful lat muscle here. Last one. Slowly come all the way back. Hang your long strap up. Then you're going to sweep around. Go ahead and add a heavy spring back to your spring setting. Lower down to your backside again. Give yourself a nice tuck and roll. Get comfy, cozy on your carriage. Make sure you are not jamming into your shoulder blocks. Reach behind you for your long straps. Press your carriage out and then bring one foot at a time into one strap. Really press down. Keep your knee bent. Two straps. Again, if you're touching your shoulder blades, wiggle away. You do not need to touch. Now you have your feet in straps. Bring your feet over your hips. You're creating a 90-degree angle. You've actually already been here before. Roll your shoulders down into your carriage, neutral spine. Deep breath in. Keep your legs squeezed together. Lower towards your foot bar. Slowly lift back up. Feet just over hips. Exhale to lower. I'm going to add a little ankle articulation. Inhale to lift. So for your ankle articulation, flex your toes behind you or towards the wall behind you. Start to dig into your heels, lower towards your foot bar. Legs are still connected. Point your toes and lift back to your starting position. Flex for dorsal flexion to lower. Point for your plantar flexion and lift. Flex and lower. Point and lift. Very nice. One more, lower and lift with feet parallel, and then we'll take it up a notch. Pause. Bring your heels together, toes apart, like you're holding a slice of pizza. Deep breath. Exhale, start to lower, straight legs. Inhale to lift. Keep squeezing your heels together. This is meant to be more challenging. You have to work a little harder to keep your heels squeezing together. Option to add ankle articulation as you lower. Keep the toes flexed. To lift back up, point. Keep squeezing your heels together. Flex and lower. Point and lift. Flex, lower, point, lift. One more time. Here it is. Pilates V, lower and lift. All the way up. Pause. Bring your feet back parallel. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, start to lower both feet towards your foot bar. This time you're going to open your legs out to a V, but keep your legs parallel instead of external rotation. Bring your feet back up in alignment with your hips. That's a leg circle. Lower towards your foot bar. Come out to your V. Circle back up to the sky. Lower towards your foot bar. Out to a V, feet parallel, and back up. There's one more in this direction. And then you can switch to the opposite direction to do that. Legs out to a V, circle down to your foot bar, and sweep back up to the sky with a nice connection between your legs. Out to a V, circle down, squeeze like you're zipping your legs together, and come all the way back. out to a V. Circle down, smooth transition. Notice your hip sockets. This should feel really good. If it doesn't, right side, left side, what's going on? Make some mental notes, take less range of motion. Pause at the top. Reach for your straps just above your hardware or to the knots. Flex your toes down, flex your heels up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Deep breath. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale, bring your legs out to a beautiful V-shaped position. Soft rock side to side. Maybe a very happy baby today. Take a deep breath. Exhale it out. Slowly bring the bottoms of your feet to touch. Let your knees go wide to your butterfly. Take a deep breath. Exhale it out. Deep breath. Exhale it out. Slowly bring your knees all the way back in to meet one another. Remove one strap at a time and come all the way back in. Reach your right hand to your left shoulder block. Roll all the way up to your seated position. You have the option, you can keep your legs dangling off the sides or we'll come into your Z sit. For your Z sit, you're going to sweep one leg to connect to your shoulder blocks, and you can connect your foot behind and then bring your opposite foot to your inner thigh. We're going to do one heavy spring. I like to set that spring to the center for this exercise. You're going to bring your hand to your foot bar, but I want you to make sure it's in front of your shoulder and it's not behind you. So you should be able to see this hand very, very nicely. Extend your opposite arm out to a T. Take a deep breath. Exhale, press your carriage out, rainbow up and over, but keep your sits bones grounded down. Inhale, come all the way back in with your carriage. Connect your hand to your front shoulder block, up and over. Inhale, come all the way back. Exhale, press up and over. Big mermaid. Inhale, all the way, opposite direction, up and over. Inhale, come all the way back. Exhale, up and over. Can you bring this hand, your top hand, all the way to your foot bar? Bring your back hand further back and drop your ears between your biceps. Really melt a little bit deeper. Keep your sits bones grounded, ears nice and relaxed between your biceps. Deep breath. Exhale out. Deep breath. Exhale out. Inhale, slowly bring your carriage back. Bring your eyes to the wall in front of you. Find a little swan. Touch your carriage back to the stopper, and then you're going to reverse to the opposite side. You can walk around, you can sweep your legs around. Find your Z sit or legs dangle. Opposite hand to foot bar, opposite arm to a T. Take a deep breath. Exhale, press up and over. Big, big mermaid. Inhale, return your carriage back to the stopper. Up and over, sits bones grounded. Mermaid, opposite direction. Press your carriage out. Melt up and over, extend through the side body. Inhale, all the way back. Return, up and over. All the way. Press your carriage out. Can you bring your top hand down to your foot bar? Bring your back hand further back and press out. Can you breathe into your rib cage? Inhale, slowly bring your eyes back up. Find your swan and gently unwind. Come all the way back. You can rise into your standing position. Inhale, sweep your hands all the way up to the sky. Exhale, imagine your beach ball in front of you. Rainbow up and over your beach ball. Core stays on. Slowly roll all the way back up. Sweep your hands in the clouds. Exhale, release your hands next to your hips. Inhale, roll your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, roll it down and back. Thank you so much for joining me for your foundational practice today, everybody. My name's Jessica. I'm with Phoenix Fitness and Recovery. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Leave some comments, like the video. Otherwise, I hope to see you next time. Take care.